What's going on, guys? Welcome to Riverstrengthfitness. Today, I'm going to go over what exercises you can do, and these are for beginners. If you're thinking about going to the gym, if you thought about going to the gym, or you're just going to start going to the gym, what exercises can you do that are the biggest bang for your buck, that are not too complicated, that are not too um, overly exaggerated or overly complicated that you see on social media. Just some simple exercises that you can do at the gym that work all the muscle groups in your body. I'm a big advocate for HIIT training, high intensity training. So I'm going to take you through about four, maybe five primary exercises to work the full body. You can do this routine once or twice a week, and then from there, you'll be able to build your strength up to then moving on to more advanced exercises that I will also include in a separate video for my more advanced lifters. Let me go ahead and take you through the exercises, and then you guys will get to see how I perform them and which exercises will be the ones to work out the most muscles. Okay, so first one, very simple one. You can do this at home. You can do this at the gym. Sometimes some machines can be very intimidating on learning how to set them up. So the first thing that you can do to kind of work this primary muscle, which will be chest and shoulders, is going to be a simple push-up. So grab your mat, any spot somewhere in the gym where you're not in someone's way. Now, for those that can, we can start with a normal push-up, like so. And for those that haven't uh, built up the strength yet to do a normal push-up, we can do a knee push-up. So you bring your knees like this, hands right here. Bring your whole body down. You want to make sure you're not sticking your butt out as you're doing this push-up. And you just slowly lower the chest down to the floor and slowly push your way back. So you want to make sure you're engaging that core muscle as well. So rep range, I recommend at least 10 to 12 repetitions, maybe 15. Honestly, you would just go as many reps as possible until failure. Now note, I would do probably the first set, I would probably do 10 to 12, even if I'm not reaching to failure, just as a warm up to kind of play with the form and kind of make sure that you're doing correctly, that you're filling in the right spots. So I would say the first set would probably be like a warm up set to do about 12 to 15. And then on your last set, which would be your second or your third, if you decide to do a second warm up set, then your working set, your last set, would be the set to failure. And that's where you would perform 12, 15, or as many reps as you can till failure. Moving on. So we just did push-ups to work on our chest, also works your shoulders, and it also works your triceps. So you're knocking off three muscle groups right there in one exercise. Moving on to a cable lat pull down. Now in some gyms, you might see this type of handle. In more commercial gyms, you won't see this type of handle. You'll see something more similar to what I'll put on right now. There we have it. So something similar to this. You'll see this more common in commercial gyms. So why I choose this exercise, if I'm talking to people who've been working out for a while, have built up their strength enough to do a pull-up, I would suggest an underhand pull-up, a close grip pull-up to work your lats and your biceps, a bit of the shoulders too, mostly the lats and the biceps. But for my beginners out there that haven't been able to do a pull-up, have never even attempted to do a pull-up, doing a lat pull down is just as good, because you can set the weight however you want it, whether it's light or medium, and you can build your strength off of that by increasing your weight every week or so. So, the form, I would grab it underhand grip so that I can also get some bicep action, work some bicep muscles at the same time that I'm trying to work my lat muscles. You step in here, lower yourself down, and notice right now my shoulders are being dragged up right now by the weight. So what we want to do is engage those lats, those back muscles. So we're going to pull our shoulders down like so that our lats are engaged. Now we can go ahead and begin the movement. So we're going to slowly bring it down here. Again, I would say the first set should be your warm-up set. You're welcome to do a second warm-up set just to make sure again that you are performing the exercise correctly so that it can be effective. I will perform it in a pretty slow speed. Reason being is it gives you time to make sure that you are engaging the right muscles throughout the movement. Your last working set should be that set to failure, anywhere between 8 to 10 reps. A brief pause at the bottom. Cool. So there we go. So lat pull down, really great for working biceps and getting those lats all at the same time. Okay, so those are the two main exercises I would focus on right now to build up the strength, build up technique, and then build up the confidence to move on to more advanced exercises later on. Now we're going to move on to the lower body, to our legs. And everyone knows for our legs, we can always work with squats. But squatting in itself is also a skill that we need to master when it comes to doing a barbell squat or even a goblet squat. We want to make sure that our form is correct, that we're squatting down properly, we're not bending over, we're not hurting our back. Now, again, for my beginners out there, what I would recommend, again, you can do this at home or you can do this at the gym, is we're going to go find a wall and we're going to use the wall to do what's called a wall sit. Very simple to work out those legs. So, okay, go ahead. So, we'll take the wall. You're going to step out just far enough in front of you. Back is against the wall. And we're going to slide down into a squat. Hence the wall sit. You want to make sure your legs are about 90 degrees of an angle here, making sure that you're feeling the burn, and you might feel the burn right away. Your thighs just burning up right away. Now, if you for whatever reason you start to feel it on your knees, you can go ahead and come back up and scoot forward a little bit more, or turn your toes out slightly further out, opening up the knees and squatting down. And that should continue to focus more again on your quad muscles. So, as a beginner, I would recommend starting 10 seconds at a time, maybe 15. Or you can try to time yourself to see what's the longest that you can hold it. The maximum I would say would be probably about 90 seconds to start with. If you can hold it for 90 seconds using just your own body weight, then we can start stacking up a plate, whether that be 10 pounds, 25 pounds, 35, 45, so on and so forth, to continue to increase strength around the quads and our legs. Okay. Next, from a wall sit, we can go straight into a body weight squat, and we can superset those two exercises to work those legs effectively, so you get a good overall leg workout without having to worry about going into a squat machine or get intimidated or confused on how to operate a leg press machine or any other leg machine that's too complicated to understand. So right after you're done with your wall sit, quick, brief pause or break, 10 seconds, 15 seconds or so. You'll spread the legs open to about hip width apart. You will then push your hips back and squat down. Your arms can be in front of you, or they can be behind your head, or they can be in front this way. For my preference, I'll have my arms right in front of me like so, and we'll squat our way down, making sure our back stays straight, facing forward, and we come right back up. Nice and slow. And the reason why we're going this slow is to make sure we're engaging all of our muscles as we're going through the movement. So in this instance, as you come up, you want to make sure that you're pressing the floor away from your body. Think of jumping. If you were to jump, you would push the floor away to propel yourself up. That's what you want to do in these squats here. In order to go to failure, I would just do as many reps as possible and record those reps, write them down to see where you're at, and try to beat that record again next week. Those are two bodyweight squats that you don't necessarily need the gym for. You can do these at home. The equipment that I would recommend for a beginner that is at the gym is a leg extension and a leg curl. So we're going to go ahead and show you what that looks like and how to operate those. Again, this is the particular gym where I train at, so these might look similar to the commercial gyms that you're at or whichever local gym you're going to. But these are the two simple exercises you can do to work both parts of your legs, your quads and your hamstrings. So start with the quads, the front part of our legs. We'll get into a leg extension machine. They're all pretty much set up the same way. There's two adjustments, seat adjustment and leg pad adjustment. So you also want to make sure that the pad is somewhere between the ankle and the bottom of your shin, right around here. So I'm gonna adjust the seat for me a little bit. It's a little too far back. Okay, so you'll select your weight. Again, first set, it's a warm-up set, so make sure you do about 10 or 12 repetitions right before you exhaust your legs. Then your second set or third set, that's going to be your working set. That's the set that we're going to work and push all the way to muscle failure. So in order to reach that, again, we lift slowly. We want to make sure that we're engaging our muscles throughout the entire movement, contracting them all the way. So I do a brief pause at the top. Let's say it's about a count of 1, 2, I would say. Do as many reps as you can on your working set. You'll know exactly what your rep max is at the given weight, whether that's 10, 12, 15 reps. And if you get up that high, then you know you have to increase your weight the next time you do this exercise so that you know that you are actually increasing your strength as you progress. So if you're doing 60 pounds and you're able to do 15 repetitions, then I'd say increase your weight for about another 10, 15 pounds and see if you can push all the way to 10 or 12 repetitions till failure. And if it's that easy, then again, add another 5 or 10 pounds, see if you can push for another 10 reps till failure. And if you fail at 9, then you know you're at the right weight, and then we can increase the weight the next time you do it. Okay, so that was a leg extension. That was working our quads now. Next exercise I recommend is the hamstring curl. So there's two separate machines. We don't have what's called the seated leg curl at this gym. We have what's the lying or laying hamstring curl. So here you're laying on your stomach and you're going to curl the weight much like you would curl a dumbbell with your bicep. That's what these hamstrings are. These hamstrings are like the biceps of your legs. We're going to go ahead and lay down forward. And so we're going to choose our weight You can get situated here. So then we're going to lift using both legs, lift up, squeezing the hamstrings all the way to the top and slowly lowering them down. So the rep ranges here again are anywhere between 10 or 12 reps to failure. Okay, there we go. So that works. That works the hamstrings, the back of the leg. Choose a comfortable weight that allow you to push all the way to 10 or 12 reps, being the 12th rep the maximum that you can do, where you cannot lift another rep any longer or physically lift another rep any longer. So the last exercise that I would do pertaining to legs would be calf raises. Again, don't need necessary a gym or a specific equipment. You can do a calf raise simply by just standing on the edge of a platform or a box or a small stool or something, and then just lift our legs up. That one I usually just do as many reps as possible until I can't no more. So again, as many reps until failure. Okay. Simple bench. So if you're able to find a bench at the gym somewhere that's not being used, that'll be your calf raise. So position the toes where they're pointing up towards the ceiling. Heels are touching the ground. Use this as support. And all you're going to do is press your toes going onto your toes. So you're basically going to a tippy toe and then going back down. Again, performing them slowly. This is about engaging your muscles, stimulating as much muscle as possible to promote growth. Don't bounce up and down like you see a lot of people do. I see them do it all the time at the gym. As many reps as possible till you reach failure. Count those reps. Once you reach failure, write those reps down. Say you know where was your max so that you can try to beat it again next week and test yourself to see if you've gotten stronger or stayed the same. Cool. That's one. Now, in this gym, we do have a calf raise machine, and it's a seated calf raise machine, and some commercial gyms also have this. So I'm just going to show you guys really quick that you guys can also use to work the bottom half of your legs. Okay. So this one is pretty simple. The only adjustment you need is just the leg pads, the leg pads that hold your legs down together here. So just kind of adjust it there. Okay. So very simple. Sit upright, nice and straight. Toes are on the platform here. You're gonna lift up. Some machines have a lever here, so that's you move it away. So lets the free weight be able to move up and down. Heels down towards the floor, and then you press your toes down into the platform, tippy toeing all the way up, contracting those calves. Here I would just do one set all the way to failure. That's a set of 15, 20, 25 reps. So be it. You can increase the weight the next time you come and visit the gym. So there you have it, folks. Um, that was about 5 or 6 different movements. But this is just to help my beginners out there who are just about to start the gym that want to try it on. Obviously, are going to want to try it on their own. They are can be it can be a little intimidating coming into the gym with all the machines that you don't know how to work. Sometimes there is no proper guidance. So this is just for you guys to know how to effectively start working out, working all the major muscle groups in your body. What exercises are the primary exercises you should focus on at first to build a good foundation of strength and to help build a little bit of muscle mass with it. And also to build up that confidence that once you reach to a point where you build up enough strength to master these exercises, then you know for sure you can move on to the more advanced and more detailed exercises, if you will, um, without having to hurt yourself or uh, create a greater risk of injury. So, six, 6 to 5 exercises is all you need. Working at least 1 or 2 times a week. 1 or 2 times a week is all you need. It takes no more than 30 to 45 minutes to do these workouts. So as long as you're pushing it and working really hard to push every single exercise to maximum failure, and you rest for a couple of days, and you come back and repeat again. So that's it for today. Make sure to check out, for those who are more advanced, to check out my other video that's going to be more advanced, where I use other techniques such as drop sets, pause reps, static holds, and other fun stuff to kind of really create different variations to push your muscles to maximum failure. Catch you guys next time.